putting the brakes tonight on a popular form of transportation. Students will no longer be allowed to use e-bikes or e-scooters. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Bryant Reed is live right now on the Yale campus with more on why. Bryant?
Well, Mark, the university is concerned that e-bikes and e-scooters pose a serious fire risk, so much so that they've now banned the e-bikes and the e-scooters on all housing complexes and common areas. Now, some people say that they understand the safety risk involved here, but others say that it's their main form of transportation getting to and from class on time.
I'm not too concerned one way or the other. I don't think it's a necessary thing to do.
It's just, a little bit of an inconvenience, but, at the end of the day, we'll figure it out.
Students on Yale's campus are now trying to find a new method of getting around campus. The university sent out this email to students saying all e-bikes, e-scooters, e-skateboards, and similar devices will be banned from university housing, courtyards, and common spaces. Benny Anderson Jr. is on the football team and says a lot of his teammates use them.
It's a very handy tool that we have, especially like when we're coming from practice or if we're trying to get to class, trying to get to weights. So it's kind of weird to see like the email saying that that's not going to be allowed necessarily in the building.
He says they're helpful in making sure they get everywhere on time. But Yale is pumping the brakes, saying that they understand the popularity to students, but storing and charging them in high-density areas poses a fire and safety hazard. Luis is from Paris. He's only been on campus a week, but says he's heard stories about the dangers.
I've heard of the stories in the U.S. where the batteries were exploding. I've never heard of that in France, but I know that it's a problem. People in apartment buildings are banning it, so I guess it's the right thing to do.
Back in June, a fire at an e-bike store in New York City killed 4 people. It was caused by lithium-ion batteries.
There's a lot of rules about fire safety, and I know hypothetically there could be battery fires, but there hasn't been any history of that on campus, so I don't think that makes sense.
Now, Yale hasn't exactly said how they plan on enforcing this ban, and they also said that if you're a student who has one of these devices on campus already before this ban went into place, they will work with you to secure an off-site location to store your e-bike or e-scooter before you go home. On the campus of Yale, I'm Bryant Reed, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Bryant, thank you. Tonight, Stratford